first admit, mes amis, the last time I had such a suspense was when I was rescuing the King of France.
We, monsieur, are surely brave, and fortune favors the brave. Yeah! Free at last!
Thank you for coming for me, Henry. You're a great friend. The best I could wish for.
After today, you may also count me among your friends. I, Vauquelin Brabant, chevalier, aventurier et voyageur. I'm at your service, mon brave Henri. And I have an excellent idea. In your honor, I shall name my new horse after you.
Pleased to meet you, Sir Vacula.
My name is Vauquelin.
Vacula?
Vauquelin. Vauquelin.
Vauquelin... would you mind if I just call you Brabber?
Brabant. En.
Brabant?
Que peut-on y faire? It will have to do. Do not concern yourself, mon ami. Clearly, you are not tenant in any art or conversation. But at least you have courage and other skills. You carried out the entire operation truly brilliantly. I could not have done it much better myself. And look, mon ami, how the fresh air suits Monsieur Chapon. He has finally stopped drawing in self-pity.
What self-pity, damn it? I was locked up for days in a tiny stinking room.
Ah, come now, mon cher. Luck was simply not on your side for once. That is all. Now we are finally free. The time has come for grand deeds. I did not waste my time in captivity. I fought everything over diligently. Listen.
Please, I'd prefer not to.
What's your plan, Sir Baron?
An heroic deed about which hordes shall one day be composed, similar to my feat in the famous Battle of Arezzo.
But what would you do now?
What if we were to journey to Vienne? We could assemble a company and liberate Le Roi Wenceslas.
Or are you overdoing it a bit? We don't have the resources for a mission like that.
Do not seek excuses, but means. I know many important people in Vienne itself who owe me favors. It will suffice to pull a few strings.
You must be mad. You've been free less than a day, and you're already thinking up ways to get yourself killed. I'd rather endure Hanush's preaching about my incompetence than listen to this chatter. We'll see what happens next. But the first thing that I need is to get good and drunk. We should spur the horses on. God knows, they might be hot on our heels. Yeah! Christ, wounds. Such destruction and havoc.
War. Monsieur Chapon, you have yet to participate in a real battle. But I fought against les Valaques at Naples, and les Anglais in Bourgogne. And that is how war looks, whether in Italy or La Bohème. It is always the same.
That's not war. It's barbarism. What value did this village have?
Eh bien, I would estimate 5 courtyards. Annual revenues could be perhaps, several hundred groschen.
That's not what I meant, Bakalin. No fortress. Maybe one fortified courtyard. Practically insignificant militarily. That's not how war should be fought. This is unjust.
Do not give way to sentimentality, monsieur. A village could harbor spies and saboteurs or supply the enemy, and destroying enemy assets is an effective tool of war. Wars are not decided only in battles. There are not even many of those. To strike in the rear, make the enemy lose and bleed. That is how most conflicts are fought. However, wait a year or two, the village will be settled. The population will increase again. That is how it always happens.
But we're the nobility. Our task is to lessen the chances of such things happening.
You're right, Hans. We must find allies and put a stop to it as soon as possible, so we can save as much as we can.
Yes, but we failed in Trotsky. And now this is our punishment.
I see that short captivity has turned you into a philosopher, Lord Capon. You should apply to the Faculty of Arts before the muse lifts you again.
Here!
Of all the bandits in the whole wide world, we run into this pair of scoundrels.
I fucked everything up.
Oh, get up, lad. Everyone makes mistakes. Only a better man owns up to them. At least we know now what kind of vermin we're dealing with.
What brings you here? We just escaped from Malashov, and right now
There's no time for haste. One thing at a time, my boy. Word reached Ratai that you pair got yourselves into a nice mess. I'm glad to see you both in one piece. So, let's hear it. What happened?
It's best if Henry tells you.
No sooner had we spied Trotsky on the... We made camp by a pond with the intention of heading... Only we were ambushed by bandits in the evening. They killed...
And how did you two manage to get out alive?
Just by a stroke of good luck. We were both in a bad way.
Only after that, we couldn't get into the castle, though.
And the bastards treated us as such.
But you did get into Trotsky in the end.
Von Bergov received us and heard us out. We even helped him out several times. Until we... It all came out after we set out with von Bergov's men to deal with the bandits.
Only they ambushed us and took me and Henry captive.
But it turned out these very outlaws are on our side. They're fighting for King Wenceslas on the orders of Sokol.
Well, I'll be damned.
So von Bergov has been the real enemy all this time.
Zhishka. He's the captain of those outlaws. That name doesn't ring a bell.
I think you'll meet him soon enough.
What impression did he make on you?
He's an interesting fella. Handy with a weapon. It's best to keep a fella like that on...
He made quite an impression on me, for one. I'll be happy to, but if only it didn't have to be in Rabors. Why
We're riding to a gathering of King Wenceslas's supporters. If fortune favors us, the future fate of the kingdom will be...
If we keep standing around here...
Patience, my friend. This pair have just returned...
Like how in the devil did you manage...
I was helped by the Ruthard family, the former rulers of Malashov, in exchange for dealing with some trouble they had with Ulrich of...
Ulrich Favak? But he's the mint...
Well, he won't be for long. If it comes to light that he's been put in his sticky...
It seems you've been pretty...
But don't forget to say what you found out from von...
Sigismund has convened the city council. Markvart von Aulitz will be there with him, too. The word is, Sigismund is going to make...
He picked a nice time for it. But at least he won't be...
Can we go to Rabors with you? We could certainly use a drink.
I wish I could say yes, son. But the city council assembly is a big... Young Lord Capon will go with us to Rabors. But you'll have to... And try to worm your way in...
What? How can I get in there?
You've got the dirt on Vavak. Just tell him either he gets you into the council chamber...
It's worth a try. right?
I hope that assembly really is important. If Sigismund is just going to announce an increase in taxes...
Well, at least you can enjoy watching the long faces of the councillors when they hear it. And don't worry, I'll eat and drink in
If I come back and find you there under lock and...
T'inquiète. I will go as well, and I will not...
Hans? Who's this?
Vaclin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arrêt.
He was a captive of Lord von Bergov's, like...
In that case, he'll...
You don't know what you're promising, Baron.
The main thing is to watch out for yourself, Henry. As soon as you can do so without raising
He'll manage it, but now we really need to...
Safe travel, Henry.
Adieu et bonne chance.
And to you. Hopefully we'll meet soon. I ought to go and see Rosa when I'm in town. No doubt she'd like to know how it went with that book.